already know, man. I'm so hood. I'm always in the hood. What do you do for your hood? What you doing for your brother? Yeah. Huh? Look, been the father figure before I had my little man. I taught some how to ball, some how to throw their hands. When I was young, hung with the older crowd, I was advanced. My money was long, and plus I had a bit. I teach my kids all the time, there's no one to fit except the man upstairs, so we ain't never scared. You ride for him, and he'll ride for us. And only God can judge, so in God we trust. I'm a father figure to many, big brother to some. Uncle, cousin, best friend, enemies, here I come, here I come. I keep my enemies close like I supposed to. So if they front, my crew know who to put the toast to. I'm a father figure to many, big brother to some. Uncle, cousin, best friend, enemies, here I come, here I come. I keep my enemies close like I'm supposed to. So if they front, my crew know who to put the toast to. Admire my brothers keeper to a certain extent, long as my brothers ain't doing no dumb. I ride for my nieces and nephews and cousins, little sisters, my princes, just try to stay focused. We live. This is Thursday, Thankful Thursday, Friday Eve. It's the AMF Show. Coach J Vaughn, your host, and I got a special guest here with me today. One of my brothers, longtime friend, been around for many, many years, I'm saying. So, give you a quick story about my boy that I said before I introduce him. So my brother, Coach Ike, African Ike, that's here right now with me. He's been playing for Almighty Force since he was a kid. I'm gonna say 11, 12, 13, something like that. And Ike wasn't. He's like average height. He's average height. He's not like some of the big guys that we had. But he rebounded and he blocked shots better than all of the bigs that we had. And my pops, and Big Shot, they talk about that all the time. So want to give a special, a special welcome to my brother African Ike. You know what I'm saying? Who's on the air with me right now. Shout out to my guy Ike. What's the word, my boy? How you feeling today?
Just happy to be here, man. Happy to have a voice, and you know, I don't like taking pictures. I don't like talking. It's the first and the last.
You're a
man.
behind the scenes kind of guy, you know what I'm saying? But you here with me today on the AMF Show, and we live. So real quick, man, just let the people know who you are, so we could kind of get a feel who they talking to for those who's tuning in right now.
All right, so my name is Ike. I go by African Ike way before Afro Beats was popping. Been doing that. Right now, currently, I'm strength and conditioning coach at the Patrick School in New Jersey. I've been in AMF since I think third grade. I was in AMF. Yeah, I forgot how old I was. And I've been doing basketball behind the scenes. I've been doing basketball in front of the scenes, and I realized I was better behind the scenes. And I'm basically the go-to person in Queens for everything. Everybody calls me for everything from music, DJing, sound systems, recruiting, schools, everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's a fact. So real quick, man, if you could you have to pick one word to describe yourself, what would that word be, and why would you choose that word?
That's a good question. It would be successful. Why? Because everything I do, I try to make sure I'm good at. And it's funny, on the way here, I was thinking, like, what can I say that we can relate? And I remember in the middle of COVID, you had your birthday party in Astoria.
Yeah.
And the other DJ, he came in with he was a radio DJ. He came in with good stuff. I did not have the equipment. I wasn't prepared. I might have played like 6 songs, and I shut that party down.
Yeah.
6 songs. And I was like, all right, I got this. Yeah. That was fun.
Fact. So you're a basketball coach, fitness coach, wellness, yoga, DJ, mentor, teacher, recruiter. Yeah. You got many more titles. What else you got? Trainer.
Yeah, trainer. Consultant. I mean, when I started with AMF, it was a coach. Then I started the film content for AMF. Remember, I used to have the camera.
Right.
I had the film content.
Right.
And then from there, I went over to the music. Then I started DJing events. Then from there, went over to mentoring and stepping back and then finding my way.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You wanna tell the people about your garden?
So yeah, I forgot that. Yeah,
Hey,
I'm a
you
gardener
forgot
too.
that. My
I
man
forgot
is a
that.
gardener, man.
Yeah, I'm a gardener. In my spare time, like one thing you taught me was don't let basketball ruin your family. So when I get home, my phone goes do not disturb after 10 o'clock. I don't want to talk to nobody. And
Talk about
in the morning, it turns on at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
and I'm in my garden, man. I can grow anything, anything. And we have a group chat with me, you, and Cam, and I just send y'all random stuff I'm growing. Y'all be laughing.
fruits, vegetables, all kinds of stuff.
All
man.
kinds of stuff. I got deer. I live in South Jersey now, and I was, like I said, I was coming here and I was thinking like what to say, and I didn't know what to say, and I got to say thank you to you because one day you asked for coaches. You threw up a flyer on Instagram, and I said, hey, why would you throw this up? People not hitting you up. It's not a line around the corner. He was like, no, there's no coaches. I said, I got you. I'm there.
Yeah,
just like that. And we started from scratch with that, and from there I was able to get in position to coach at Lincoln High School. I was at Lincoln High School for 2 years. Yeah. Then I went over to Nazareth for a year. Yeah. Then I went to South Shore for a year. Then COVID sat out, figured it out, moved to South Jersey, and now I'm at nationally ranked Patrick School now.
That's a fact, man.
Yeah.
And we're gonna tap in with all of that.
All
of that. So real quick, I got a segment I do. It's called 21 Questions. Yeah. I ask you 21 questions, you answer them in as little words as possible or a single word. And if you don't have an answer, you'll just say pass.
Gotcha.
We're on Bars and Hoops Radio.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about music, obviously. We're gonna talk about basketball, obviously. That's our primary. Yeah. And we just gonna we're gonna tap in real quick. So and this is an interesting question because you'll be surprised at the answers that you get. Because when I asked Kim, who's his favorite rapper, he told me Lil Wayne. I said, what? Really? But it is what it is, man. Yeah. That's his favorite rapper of all time. Yeah. All right. So who's your favorite rap artist of all time?
I got two right now. That's Future and Young Thug.
Future and Young Thug. Yeah. Got two of them. Two Atlanta guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Who's your favorite Afro beats artist?
A guy who passed away. His name is Mobad. He just died.
Mobad?
Yeah. He just died.
Yeah, rest in peace to Mobad.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite artist of this era? Any genre of music? Any genre? This era?
This era would be Drake, because he can do anything. He could do reggae, Afro beats, Spanish music, and Lil Durk. Lil Durk, he touches it.
Yeah, Durk going crazy too. Yeah,
Durk is on fire.
He's going crazy right now.
Yeah.
What's the hottest song out right now? You'll say.
Whew, I hate to say this.
You gotta say it.
Sexy Red Ski Yee.
Not Ski.
I cannot wait to play that at the brothers. Oh my god.
Ski is the hottest song out right now.
Man. I'm going to cripple that yard when I get to your house on Saturday. Ski. That's what I said. You heard me ask. I said, you want me to bring the big speaker or the little bass or the big bass?
You good right there. You good.
It came with his strawberries in the bag.
Yeah, you know my Dr. Sevi nephew just walked in. He in the cut. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, so that's a fact. Ski is one of those songs, man. Yeah. What's the most requested song that people's always asking you to play since you've been DJing?
Since I've been DJing, okay, so recently I'm gonna say S.Go. That's that drill. He's on fire right now.
Yeah.
And it's hard, but Drake. Anything Drake and Popcorn. Popcorn.
Okay. All right, what's your favorite basketball movie?
Damn, I'll be honest, I don't.
This guy doesn't watch TV.
I don't watch the NBA. I don't watch that stuff.
All right, so these next questions probably don't have an answer to, but which team would be your favorite pro basketball team of all time if you had to pick one? Like which year or nah?
Yeah,
all right,
I don't pay attention to NBA, man.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
If you could describe your style of play using a pro basketball player.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Who would that player be? And why?
It would be a pro, but it would be Zion Williams on his high school run. Remember, he was like blocking everything. Yeah, like jumping over. That would that would be because I remember with AMF, the story why I'll tell the story. The reason why I became a shot blocker and a rebounder was dudes like Cam, Dion. I didn't have handle, didn't have a jump shot, so I couldn't get on the court. So I said, yo, I'm gonna guard them. I'm gonna guard them 94 feet, and I can't get off the court.
Right.
And then when I realized like dudes like Jannard was like just came out the womb 6'8", 6'9".
Jannard was tall, 6'7".
Like he was a baby, out of nowhere.
Shout out to my boy Dot.
And I couldn't grow, so I just worked on my hops. And then that run that Zion Williams had where he was boarding shots, that was me at what 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As a basketball player, what would you say was your best year, your best run? What grade or age?
Oh, that's easy. When I went to York College, I just graduated from Queensboro, and at Queensboro, I came from playing like a big man in New York. They recruited me to be a point guard.
Oh,
so
really?
I had to figure it out. Yeah, I played point guard at York.
So you went from being the big man on the team to the point guard on the team.
We played with Cam knows Marcel. Marcel was like an All-American block shots, rebounds. Me and him used to board shots. Yeah, they couldn't understand.
Marcel was a big
Nigerian. He was All-American.
Yeah, he was tough.
So for my position, I'm boarding with him in the air. And
that's crazy.
It was insane. It was amazing.
That's dope. Yeah. Career high in points, rebounds, blocks, steals. It could be in different games. It can be in one game. That's serious. Let's start with the points, because somebody told me that they scored 60 something, but he said they had 60 something. I'm like,
on me?
Nah. Nobody had never scored 60 on you.
60. Yeah, not on me, man. They was finished, man. I guarded 94 feet. That's I never subbed out, man.
All right, so what's your career high stat line? Everything I just named.
I would say when I went to August Martin, I had like 24, 24 as a sophomore.
Okay.
Blocks. What would blocks be? Blocks would be at York College, yeah, because dudes would try to lay. It was like weird. They would try to lay it up.
So what's the most you caught in the game?
Like
blocks?
9.
Like 9
in college.
Damn, 9
in
blocks.
college. And the rebounds like
crazy.
20 in high school.
Damn.
Yeah.
Those is pretty big stats, man. Yeah. Throughout your whole basketball journey, who would you say was your favorite coach that you played for?
Laverne.
Yeah,
Laverne, because she was a female way before. This is pre-NBA. WNBA. I'm like 12, and then she says you gotta play. I think Cam was on my team with Laverne.
Yeah,
Cam was on my team.
Yeah.
So get the ball, give it to Cam. That's it. Get the ball, give it to Cam. Get the ball, give it to Cam.
Get the rebound.
Don't dribble.
Give it to Cam.
If you dribble, sub.
That's hilarious.
And then I realized how to protect dudes like him. Like, just go up, go grab the ball, and give it to him, and then go get it again and do it all day long. So yeah,
that's a fact. That's a fact. All right. Who's the most skilled teammate you ever played with?
Oh, that's good, man. That was a good one. Most skilled would have been.
You played with a lot of people who was really good.
Oh, I would say in college, my man Will Holly. He went to he played at he was in the Army, then he came and he killed us. They beat us by 50 in the CUNY playoffs.
Yeah.
And then I recruited him to come to New York, and then he was crazy. He was a dog. He was a dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who was the most skilled player you ever played against?
It might have been Cam. Cam in high school. Yeah, Cam.
Cam
Cam went to Dozo.
Yeah.
And then they told me to guard him. I was like,
what's the story about you guarding Cam?
Yo, I don't know if Cam remember the story.
Who told you to guard him though?
My coach.
What's your coach name? So what's the coach
James
name?
Kearney. He was
Shout
like,
out
you're
James Kearney.
Cam
He was at August Martin.
I was at August Martin.
And Cam was having a great run.
He was torching everybody, dog.
That's the year. I think he scored 700 points in that year.
Yeah, Cam was torching everybody. And then I remember Cam was going for a layup, and I tried to time it to board it. I was going to embarrass him. Cam laid it on me and said, stupid. I said, what? Yo, I hit my hand so hard on that glass. My hand was burning, son.
Your hand was stinging, huh?
Layup. He didn't shoot no jump shots. Layup. I was like, that was the worst, man.
All right.
That was the worst.
I name a scorer that you locked up, that you stopped them from being a scorer in that game. You made them into a passer.
Oh, it's easy. Quincy Doobie. Yeah, he ended up going to the NBA. He played at Grady, and he ended up Rutgers, and then he ended up playing at Sacramento King. And we played against him. He was a shooter.
Yeah.
He used to come and then it'd be a fast break. He just pulled from half. Like he was nuts like
and
that.
You stopped him. You made him into a passer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him. Yeah. Right. He was tough.
All right. Cool. What was your favorite basketball tournament to play in growing up?
I was Almighty Force. I used to ride my bike from Hollis. I used to ride my. That's why kids now we be sending Ubers, and I feel like they don't want to take the bus. My parents lived in Hollis and Woodhull, and I would have to figure out how to get. I don't know how I did it. I would have to figure out how to get to Ajax, which was on the Van Wyck off of Linden, and without getting your bike stolen, like it was nuts, dog. It was nuts, and I would do that every Saturday and Sunday, and then I figured out how to take the bus, and the bus helped me out.
All right. Who was the best female bowler you saw playing when you was growing up?
I forgot her name. She went to August Martin with us.
She went to play college ball?
Yeah, she was tough.
Talking about Slink?
Slink was tough, but Slink came out of nowhere. There was a couple girls before August Martin.
Okay.
But Slink was tough.
You just don't remember their name?
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Cool. Who's your favorite street ball coach?
Who's a good name? There's a lot right now. Wow. I like Will. I like Will. I like Will.
He's
cool. He's super cool.
Okay.
He don't panic. Mm-hmm. He gonna figure it out, and he always figure out a way to win.
Shout out to Will, man, because prior to Will, man, I was getting raw. Sean Bell every trip.
See, Ra is good, but Ra does a lot of Unlimited. I don't watch Unlimited.
Oh, you just for the young ones. Yeah, high school. Yeah, because that's more your time. All right, cool. Yeah. So we're gonna get into a little bit about history about Ike. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's talk about where was you born, and then we gonna go into like what neighborhood and block you grew up on and stuff like that.
Gotcha. So I was born in Hamels Projects in Far Rock. Mm-hmm. I'm a project baby. A lot of people don't understand that. Grew up on water and cereal. Grew up poor. That's why the success I have comes from that. Just being like, you couldn't survive. Like I do special ed work. I go into different homes. And they be like, "Oh, we're scared to go in this neighborhood." I'm like, "It's a cakewalk, though." I just left from Redfern. That's where I'm coming from. Okay. So, I grew up in Hamels in the '80s, and it was rough. It was rough, but yeah, we good.
All right. So, all right. So, what age did you start playing basketball? Like, how old were you at that?
I was in the 4th grade, and I went to a Catholic school in Southside called St. Pius. And my guys, they all play ball, and they said, "Yo, you got to come and play in this park called Ajax." Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm gonna play ball. Right. I was soccer. I like soccer.
Are you a soccer guy?
I'm a soccer dude.
Do you still play? You still?
I train my daughter.
You train your daughter?
Yeah, she's like one of the top girls in New Jersey, top 10 girls in New Jersey.
Right now. That's dope. That's dope. All right. What elementary school, middle school did you attend?
I went to PS 50 in Southside, and then I went to St. Pius. Mm-hmm. And then middle school, I went to 238. That's when I started to like really lock in. Susan B. Anthony.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I really started to lock in and figure out what I wanted to do.
Okay. What like AAU team or travel team or anything did you play for in between like elementary and middle school?
So it's crazy. A lot of people think I played on a bunch of stuff. I only played Long Island Lightning like 2 years. That was it. Because I really, basketball wasn't my thing. Like my thing was, like just trying to figure it out. Because like we grew up super poor. Like so when I'll tell you a story where I said it before, but a lot of things I went through, I have a story about. So we talk about sneakers. I remember growing up in August Martin, everybody had sneakers. I came from Catholic school. Right. I didn't have sneakers. Right. So I would go in a locker room and take kids' sneakers, their old sneakers, send it back to Nike, and then Nike would give me vouchers, and I would buy new sneakers. I'll tell you a story. Yeah. I'll tell you a story about that. So okay. I didn't really have time. That's like Larry's like, what's my favorite thing? I don't be having time for that. Like, but I locked in from early and always had brand new sneakers. Always, because I grew up poor.
I ain't gonna
super
lie.
Poor.
Cause I remember you always had a lot of good footwear, man. So to see that that's how you was getting it. That was crazy.
Yeah, always figure it out.
All right. So you say you played for. Do you remember the coach that you played for when it was at Lightning?
Nah, I played like 2 years. Cool. I was just to play ball, just to figure it out.
All right. So high school. You went to August Martin High School.
August Martin, yeah.
How'd you end up going to August Martin High School? There's so many other high schools nearby that you could have went to, or
yeah, that's true. It's a funny story, but I went to aviation first because I wanted to be a pilot.
Wait, aviation?
Yeah, I went to aviation first.
Yo, I wanted to go to aviation.
Nah, you don't want to go there.
Nah, but I wanted to go to aviation, but I went to August Martin for the aviation program.
Everybody does that. They go to either one. I wanted to fly airplane. I went to aviation. They fixed them. I was like, I'm out of here, dog. I'm in the hood. And then I stopped going to school for a little bit. And then one of my guys from Southside, I'm from Hollis, John Garrett went to August Martin. That's my man for life. And he said to me, he said, you ain't shit. You ain't gonna never make the team. I said, what school you go to?
Yeah.
And he told me August Martin. And I never forget the first day I got there. This is pre 9/11. Like they had what's this called? X-rays and the
scanning machines.
I didn't understand that. I came from Catholic school. I'm like, what?
They
throwing people in the pond.
They had
like,
metal detectors.
Dog.
So I was in August Martin when you went there.
Yeah, you was there.
I was there.
I was a nerd.
I was a
when
junior. I was a junior.
Okay.
So you say 90. What was that? Like 99 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot the years, but yeah,
it was something like
nobody knew me my sophomore year. I was quiet.
Yeah, I remember seeing you. I remember seeing Jannar.
Yeah,
I remember seeing DC.
Darnell, DC. The funny thing about that, they was all more skilled than me. I started as a sophomore. I started from sophomore till my senior year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
how much of a dog I was.
Nobody guards anybody 94 feet. Nobody plays defense in high school, bro. Like everything is straight offense. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So you definitely earned your spot. So how was your grades in high school?
It was good. It was good until I met Jannar and became cool, man.
So you had good grades up until you start hanging out with certain individuals.
Yeah, man. Basketball team and
then at that point you just had to stay eligible.
Oh, that's it, man. I was just cruise control, man. Out of there.
What kind of student was you in high school? Would you say? You know what I mean, was you in the mix? Was you out the mix? You say you was a nerd. Was you a nerd? What what kind of student was you exactly?
So I was a nerd. I figured out I didn't have to go to school no more. It's funny. 9/11. I remember 9/11 happened. I was home. I was in my house, and then the whole team came to my house. But August Martin, you just got to figure it out. Cruise control. I was in and out of there with a breeze, in and out.
I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't graduate from August Martin. It didn't work for me, man.
I
had to go to a whole nother school, man. August Martin, I was in every lunch.
I didn't like the lunchroom. Y'all fought so much.
Oh my God.
I'm afraid of fighting. Like I don't like fighting. I don't like fist fighting. I don't like the way like I would watch people throw people into the
cat.
I mean back then I was weak back then. Now I'll get it on if needed, you know what I'm saying? But they was wild and throwing people in the pond, beating people up, and it was gangs, and I didn't know about gangs.
A lot of gangs.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
That's when the Bloods came to New York that year.
Yeah,
that was the same year.
What time is it?
They was recruiting heavy in front of August Martin.
Yeah, my parents
I definitely saw a couple people go swimming.
Yeah. My parents moved around the corner. I take that back door. I live right in that block. I was in the crib, man.
All right. Okay. You graduated high school. Where'd you go after you graduated high school?
So after I graduated high school, ended up going to Queensboro, just because I wanted to be a nurse. My whole family's nurses.
Okay.
And then I did 2 years there. Then I was playing ball, and then York College recruited me. Then I went there, did another 2 years. Then that was it, done.
That's what's up. How would you say you dealt with peer pressure when you was in high school?
Oh, bad after a while. In the beginning, it was easy because I had the best grades, but then you realize you can do what you want, get what you want, and it became tough later on. High school is different. Even now, when I'm coaching high school basketball now, is a lot of peer pressure, but the ones who can lock in, they good to go.
Right. Okay. All right. So you say you go to Queensboro.
Yeah.
For what, 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
You go from there, you go to York College.
Yeah, for another 2 years.
All right. What was the experience like in Queensboro, and then transitioning from Queensboro to York College?
That's a great
question. And you played sports in both schools?
Yeah.
You played basketball in both schools?
Basketball in both, yeah.
Yeah. So what was that? What was that like?
So a lot of people don't understand the when I talk to people and they say, I'm gonna go JUCO. JUCO is the worst thing to go to. Why? Them dudes is hungry. Mm-hmm. They're older, they're hungry. So not only did a lot of people don't know, not only did I go to Queensboro, I had a full-time job. I took 15 classes, and I played on the basketball team, and I ended up being the point guard my last year. So it was tough, but for me, I'm a super nerd. I was able to maneuver through it. But you're talking about people that want to go to another level.
Right.
Like I'm like 19. Some of the kids is like 20, 21, 22.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah. Super competitive.
Yeah, super.
Okay.
Yeah.
You finished college. What was after that? Like, what'd you do immediately after college?
So when I finished college, it's my senior year in college, I bought my first house. So basketball never meant nothing to me. I never had it didn't have substance. It was just for me to finish out what I was doing. Right. So from there I just went to work, and then that's when after that, I believe you put up the ad looking for coaches, and that was it. So I was just cruising. I was cruising through life.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So what made you transition from a player to a coach? Because now you talked a little bit about that. Yeah. So you graduated college. You're living life. You're an adult now. Yeah. And I post this ad. Yeah. Looking for coaches, which is crazy to me that I had to coach an ad to look for coaches. I had to coach an ad looking for coaches in the community filled of coaches that coach everywhere else. Filled. These coaches are coaching everywhere else. They everywhere except for where they started. It doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. But I respect and I appreciated the fact that you came back. So you jump into coaching and you take over colleagues group.
I think that was 15, 14. Yeah.
15. Yeah. Colleague was 15 at that time. Yeah. And that team wasn't really winning that much. No. But you kept them together. And then they started going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what started my recruiting. Let me ask you this. How was it for you? How was it for you coaching when you first started to now? Like, is there any difference, or you still using the same formula, or is it easier? Is it harder?
It's much easier now because dealing with that first group made me understand the value of recruiting and getting other kids. So that first group started, and then we were losing here and there. Then the next year we ended up going like 58-6 of that summer, and that was insane.
That was nuts.
That was insane. I think you guys went 90 something, and
this ain't about me. I'm saying, this ain't about me. We know what I do already.
But people think that people. So the thing that people don't understand is that when we give you these numbers, to me, these numbers have no value to me, because it's like we did it and we done.
Right.
And when we go 50 something and 5. It didn't matter. We had to win every championship game. That was it. I think we lost one championship game, and we played in the best of the best.
Played in the top tournaments.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about your coaching resume right now. I mean, like you touched on it a little bit earlier. Yeah. Your journey from when you started coaching with us up to what you're doing currently. Yeah. And let's talk about a little bit. Let's highlight the things that you've accomplished in between your start up until this point.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about that.
So I remember one day the team wasn't doing the 15. I think that was the 15 team. 15. It wasn't doing too good, and you brought this kid named Clay Brown.
Clay.
You say, I got this kid named Clay from Christ the King. He need help. Take care of him. I was like, all right, let's see.
I think he was at 226 at the time, because they were still in junior high.
Yeah. No. He was in high school. He was a
freshman. They were freshmen.
They were freshmen.
Yeah.
Like, all right, bring them down. Like that. And that's the thing about Almighty Force. It's an open door policy. You could come in. It's like death row. You come in. That's it. If you leave, that's on you. You can't come back. But he comes and he just dunks on like 3 people. I'm like, what? I'm like, what is this? I didn't understand him. And I was like, this kid is like, nobody wants you. Yeah. And then we started to win, and then that helped me start to recruit other players. And then I remember Clay was confused with what high school he wanted to go. He was at Christ the King. Yeah. And then I started getting calls. They were like, hey, there's a guy named Tiny, I think you should go to Brooklyn.
So look, you remember how that went, right? Yeah. How we were Shangy.
Yeah, Shangy was
that's my guy. Showtime hit me and said Shangy was coming to New York to play in ISA. He was bringing his Juice All-Star team from North Carolina. Yeah. And I was talking to Show. I speak to Show like all the time. I was telling Show about Clay and Alonzo. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, let's let them play. They can play with y'all. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because we ain't had no team at ISA, because we couldn't compete in that journey. It didn't make sense to go in ISA with just 2 players. You need a stacked team. So Shangy comes. He I think he starts Alonzo, but he don't put Clay in.
Yeah, because Alonzo's like bigger,
Yeah,
stockier. Yeah,
he plays Alonzo. He got Clay on the bench, and we're
Yeah.
telling Clay like, yo, when you go in there, don't pass, like go crazy, right? And he gets in the game and he gets like 4 steals
Yeah.
and like 10
Crazy.
points in like 2 minutes, and then
Crazy.
everybody's like, yo, who is this kid?
Yeah.
And now that's how
that worked out. Yeah,
that's how that
Yeah.
worked out. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't be knowing the
They don't know
stories
that.
about. They don't know how it play out. But
and then I get into a meeting with a guy, little guy. He was an ass man from Brooklyn. I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga? Why everybody respect him?
Yeah,
it's Tiny Morton.
Yeah,
and he's like, hey, I want you to come. He was at Seton Hall. He's like, I'm coming back to Brooklyn. I'm coming to Lincoln.
All right, let's talk a little bit about who Tiny Morton is, so the people can know who he dealing with.
Yeah,
it's not no average Joe.
Nah,
it's not a regular guy.
Nah. So Tiny is a Hall of Fame coach from Lincoln High School, and so all that talent in Coney Island, he's the one who put that together. And just being a student of learning, I ended up being his right hand man, like on the low, just learning. So what happens is that he takes Clay, and I just watch everything they do. I just studied everything. I studied his recruiting status, style, the way he maneuvers. I studied every single thing, and he's one of the biggest inspirations to what I do now. Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope. Shout out to Tiny. All right, so we got Clay at Lincoln.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You joined their coaching staff.
I was DJing. I was DJing their games. We was having a blast up in there.
All right.
We was having a blast.
So you're DJing all the games at Lincoln. All right. So what's your next step after Lincoln? No, what happens? Let's talk about what happens at
Some
Lincoln.
Stuff happened. Yeah.
Because Lincoln was that was big. That was huge.
So what happened was Queens denounced me because we bought Clay to Brooklyn. We took.
I mean, where else was he gonna go?
Where was he gonna go?
Well, he was gonna be successful the way he was, man.
We was getting Adidas, we was getting and the kid was happy, you know. First year we go to the Garden and we lose in the Garden. First year,
I remember that.
First
year. To Jefferson
in the Garden.
That kid pawned.
Yeah, he was insane.
He went crazy. He was way ahead of his time in that.
He was insane.
Yeah,
so next year we went 35-4.
Yeah,
ended up being like the number one team in the state.
Yep.
Clay wins. See, this is important. People gotta understand. Clay wins the MVP.
Talk about
and he wins the student of the year for that event.
How dope is that?
Like 2 trophies.
It's unheard of.
Never happened ever.
So that never happened. He was the first. So he's the first person that ever did
first one, and he was a Queens kid in a Brooklyn school. Yeah, remember the sneakers I gave you, the Adidas that said Lincoln? I gave it to you. I said, we got it. Yeah, never happened.
Never ever happened. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got the picture. It's on my Instagram. Yeah, I'll never forget that.
Wow, that's big, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Clay, man.
Yeah,
we got to get my boy Clay up here too, man.
Yeah,
Clay did some great things, man. We super proud of you, Clay.
Yeah.
All right, so
yeah.
After Lincoln, what's next?
So after that, Instagram starts to pop. So I told Tiny, hey, let me run your Instagram and your social media for the school and Juice All Star. So I start to run his Instagram and I start to like get the gist. So I'm already ahead of the game because from Almighty Force, I was filming. So no disrespect to nobody, all these dudes that film games, I was doing that 10 years ago.
That's a fact.
Been doing that, way before I was doing that.
Yep.
People, no disrespect to podcasts. People that was doing podcasts, I was doing that 10 years ago.
What you called your joint?
I don't want nobody fighting on the internet. I gotta scrub it. I gotta scrub it. But I don't leave that alone.
We gonna leave that alone. Okay.
But I was doing that. I was always ahead of the game. And then when it got to music, by the time people got into music, I done left music. I would say, and around that time, that's when I started to transition towards whatever I wanted to do. And I'll give you a quick story. Khalid gives me this record, and he's like, "It is in the summer of Clay's."
What Khalid? My nephew?
Yeah.
What?
Gives me a record. I'm like,
"This is
record, man. You rap? Nah, you gotta play this." I play it. I listen to it. It's cool. I play it, and I'm like, "All right, it's cool. It's cool." We in Lincoln Park. I'm DJing Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
The record is no. I won't say the record yet. The person, I'm playing the record at every game 10 times.
10 times.
10 times back to back on purpose.
Yeah.
I got to get y'all in tune.
That's what DJs do, man.
Yeah. So the person, the championship game was Almighty Force versus whoever it was. So I'm DJing and coaching. and I had the person perform that night.
Right.
2 nights
I
later,
remember that.
2 nights later, the guy gets signed by DJ Self.
Wow.
Right, same record that I played,
Wow.
but they put money on it. Who's that person?
Yeah.
You know,
Talk about it.
It's Lou Got Cash. Lou Got Cash.
Got
Yeah,
Cash.
we popped that record. Yeah.
Funny thing about Lou Got Cash, man.
Yeah.
Lou got. I used to coach him.
I remember. Yeah. He said that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I used to coach him too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
All right. So you leave after Lincoln.
After Lincoln, so there's a bunch of stories in between. So after Lincoln, we go to Nazareth High School.
Okay.
Then that's where people start to trust me. Nazareth High School, we get my guy Molly sent me TJ Morris. TJ. Nobody could get him to lock in, but TJ could lock in under my watch because I understand him.
Right.
And he played that was his like first full season playing anywhere. So he played at Nazareth. And then we get this kid from North Carolina. Somebody calls from North Carolina, brings this kid. I'm like, all right, whatever. Khalil Brantley. I had Khalil Brantley. So everybody who had Khalil Brantley running around, that's cool. We had Khalil Brantley. We was the first people. AMF was the first people to have Khalil Brantley at 13, 14 years old playing 18U. That's a fact.
And how old was he?
He's like 13, 14.
And he was doing whatever he wanted.
Yeah, and they called him North Carolina. They called him North Carolina.
Shout out to his pops. Shy.
Yeah, Shy.
Yeah, shout out to his pops, man.
Yeah.
All right. So that's your Nazareth stop.
Yeah.
What's after Nazareth?
So after Nazareth, my dude Smoke, he sees me. Smoke knows. He knows I'm a crazy recruiter. Coach Smoke is the coach from South Shore in Canarsie.
Okay.
And at that time, I gotta give you like a basketball story and a not a basketball story. At that time, Tiny goes to, I forgot where Tiny went, but I'm big on having OGs, so I called Tiny. I said, Tiny, should I go with Smoke? He was like, go to Smoke, help Smoke, because Smoke's gonna take all the Coney Island kids. So I was like, all right, cool. So I called Smoke and I said, hey, Smoke, I'm coming. And then we had a blast.
Okay.
Yeah, so we lock in. Then that summer is when I started to realize the gift that I have, which is mentoring kids. So we get this kid. I'm gonna tell you what they did before I say their name. Okay. So we get this kid that used to come to the park in an Elmo outfit in Lincoln Park, 100 degrees Elmo outfit.
Yeah.
Right. At Lincoln Park.
What?
Can't know what I'm talking about. So he was at AMF practices back when Clay was there. So now we're getting lit because we're getting all the elite kids. Yeah. And as we get the elite kids, I'm sending them to Cam to train. Yeah. And we never had, again, that time when we went 54 and whatever, we never had practice.
Yeah.
Cam instills a system, it works, and then we just keep it pushing. The kid played basketball. He was terrible. Oh my God. I was like, yo, put the basketball down and pick up a camera. Pick up a camera.
He was terrible.
He was terrible. Terrible. I was like, pick up a camera.
Uh-huh.
Yo, dude picks up a camera, and today he is Mano and Jim Jones' personal photographer.
Yeah.
That's Mike.
Young boy.
We
Mike.
outside.
Yeah, we outside.
Yeah, that's Mike.
We outside.
Yeah, that's my young boy. I raised him. There was times when his girl used to break up on him. I don't want to get in his business, but it was that's my young boy.
That's your young boy. Yeah.
You know, we still talk till today. Like he's my big homie now. Like you know, one of my players likes Rod Wave, so I call Mike. Yo, Mike, I need Rod Wave to FaceTime me. And he get it done now. He's the big homie, you know.
That's dope.
My wife was on Instagram the other day, and then she's like, my wife likes popcorn. And my wife was like, why is Mike next to popcorn? I'm like, popcorn don't come to America. So that's not Mike.
Yeah.
I go on Instagram. Mike is in London with gigs and popcorn.
That's dope.
And I'm calling him like, that's
crazy. Proud of you, Mike.
Yeah, from AMF.
We proud of you. Yeah, we got to get Mike up here too, man. Mm-hmm. That's under your watch, man. Yeah. You started that. Because if you ain't give him that alley-oop, you wasn't honest with him. A lot of the coaches don't be honest.
They don't be honest. I said, put it down, bro. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down.
Yo, that's hilarious.
His camera, it's funny. His camera's like 10,000.
Yeah.
Mano gave him a camera's 10,000.
Wow. Yeah. That's huge, man. Yeah. That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. Wow. Good story, man. Bro. Oh yeah, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
All right. So the South Shore.
Mm-hmm.
And what's after South Shore?
So after South Shore, we hit Cope. We get to the Final Four, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to win a chip again. And then COVID hit and they shut down everything in the Final Four. And then the value of the houses go up. So I sell my house. We didn't know where we was going. I was like, I just want to move.
At this point, that you live, you're here in the city.
I'm in Westbury, Long Island.
You're in Westbury.
Yeah, I lived in Long Island for like 10 years.
Okay.
And then me and the wife, we pick up in the family, and we wanted to go to Jersey. We ain't know where. I just know I like the beach. My daughter likes water. We ended up in South Jersey. So randomly.
Okay.
Like, I just came from. It takes me about an hour and a half to get up here.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful.
Don't worry, we pulling up this summer and bringing the whole team, man. The whole team in your pool this summer. We live next summer. Okay, all right. About how many kids would you say you put in position to be successful? Whether it's like this story you just shared with Mike or securing like college scholarships and stuff like that. If you could give a number, like just a quick number.
Over 50, because I don't really, because see, the thing is, it could be over 100, but basketball is never the end or be all. So I'll give you another story.
Okay.
I'll give you another story. This is my favorite one. Javon calls me. He's like, I got this kid from Forest Hills. He's an actor.
Hey, he's good. He's good in basketball though.
He could jump. He's an actor. I think he's African. See what you can do with him. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So I take the kid. He's a cool kid, nice haircut. And we talking. I'm like, oh, you African, man? So we start speaking our dialect. I'm like, okay, cool, it's cool.
A dialect, what's that?
The dialect is the Nigerian language. So it's Igbo, the language my family speaks. So we speak. We have the same family and blah blah blah. We're talking.
Yeah.
So I keep him under my watch. I'm watching over him. He's trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Then he brings this other kid around. This kid with a scrappy voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, this kid is a super thug. Like, what's wrong with him, son? Like, you always want to fight. The hell, man.
Right.
Ends up being Pop Smoke and Mike D.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Remember that? You had Mike D. Pop Smoke came out of nowhere.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
They give me this record.
Before he was Big Pop
Before
Smoke.
he's Big Smoke.
Yeah, and rest in peace to him. But
so they start doing good, and they give me this record. It just sounds like he's growling on the record. I said, Mike, this is not going to work.
That was the hottest record.
It's the hottest record. Smoking.
Hottest. Baby, welcome to the party.
Yo, they shot that right by South Shore, and then I messed up. I didn't believe it. I messed up.
You didn't believe in that song? You regretted that thing?
I regret that every day. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you dancing like that?
Yeah.
So how it all intertwines is there's Mike D, there's Pop, and then I kind of I stopped talking to Pop as much because Pop was like, he was really like about his life. Mike was on the good side.
Yeah.
Then you got other Mike that does the camera.
Right.
So Mike would hang out with them. No, Mike didn't really hang out with them, but they were just trying to figure it out. So I told Mike, I said, Mike, don't stop shooting.
Yeah.
I said, follow them.
Yeah.
Don't stop shooting.
Yeah.
So Mike and Pop will get like sprinters and go up to like Albany, all these schools and do shows. And I would tell Mike, just take your mom's car. Here's some gas money. Here, just go.
Right.
Don't stop shooting. To this day, Mike has the most Pop Smoke film
like
and behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, wow.
He should really like figure out a way to
that'd be dope.
Yeah. So those are my successful ones because it was big in the back. Like basketball, like it doesn't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a guy like Mike calls me randomly. See the craziest thing Mike ever did. Oh man, I'm trying to think, man, because some stuff I can't really say. So Mike D calls me and he says, I need you to train my guys.
Mm-hmm.
I can't train them. And I think I called Cam. Cam couldn't do it. And I called Owie. And you remember?
Yeah,
and
I
it's
remember.
Mike D, Roddy. They're
Roddy
training for
Rebels.
some MTV. And I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
for that tournament.
For the tournament. I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
I was livid.
They wanted to get right for they wanted to get ready for a tournament.
And they could call anybody in the world. They called me. You know what I'm saying? But that shows
I remember
the love. Yeah, that was definitely But those are my favorites because it was big. I try to tell everybody when they deal with me, it's not I don't care about basketball. Basketball doesn't mean nothing to me.
Right.
Yeah.
I wanna talk about a little real quick, man. How I used to pal all them kids in that Infinity coupe, bro. Man. You had an Infinity coupe.
I got it's still outside.
Yo, bro, you had like 5 kids in that, and they all taller than you.
Nah, I way more than that.
Way more than that.
I feel like 7 in Infinity.
7
with trophies.
With trophies.
Yeah,
that was dope, man. That just shows like how committed you was to it, man. Like we appreciate it. My pops, my uncle, they like, yo, man, y'all doing it. That's all they be saying. They be smiling, they be cheesing like, yo, y'all really took it up. Y'all really going up with it, man.
Yeah.
Talk about the summer that we went crazy. We what was that, 56 and
like 6 or 5 or 4. It was one of those numbers. It was an insane summer.
That
insane
was
run.
insane. Let's talk about some of the kids that's on that roster and where are they now? Like, what are they doing now? Some of them graduated college. Right?
Yeah. Some of them already done.
Some is playing pro, different places.
Alonzo's
and stuff like
a pro.
That. Yeah.
Clay graduated college.
Yeah.
Mel Horton. Mel's one of my favorites, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Mel.
Mel came to me, and I started like a beef online because Mel was killing all these dudes in ISC.
He was
smoking
dudes,
them.
Man.
He had no offers.
And he was locking them up.
He had no offers.
Yeah.
And no offers.
That was nuts.
And I started something. You know, I created that game where the kid Marquise Noel came to Lincoln Park.
Who's Marquise Noel?
He plays for the Raptors now. He plays for the Raptors. Mel killed him in the park.
I saw what Mel did. I was there.
Killed him. I created that game. Yeah. I was talking shots. I was like, yeah, why don't y'all come to Queens, man? Come to Queens. Yeah. My guy Mel killed him. Mel killed him.
He did. He killed him. We gonna have to bring that film back up. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go in the archives.
Yeah.
Shout out to nephew Sebi over there with the strawberries. You know what I mean?
Man.
All right, so let's talk about how'd you get into DJing? Like, what made you say? Cause I remember your early DJing days.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't
too good.
It wasn't you my man, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you like now you like a go-to guy.
Yeah.
Yo, Ike, we need you.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Yeah.
What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, how'd you get into DJing?
You're gonna laugh. No reason. My barbecue. I didn't want to pay no DJs. I was cheap. I picked up the laptop and put it together. I was like, I'm not paying. It was like $400.
Yo, that's
I was like,
hilarious.
Because I'm thinking to myself, one DJ wanted $300, and I'm like, how would I give you $300 if I'm giving away free liquor to my community?
Right.
Like, why would I give you $300?
Right.
I figured out myself.
All right. So you started DJing because of the party that you was hosting.
Yeah.
One of the biggest parties in Queens,
biggest.
like every single year.
Yeah. Every single year.
Hundreds of people there.
Hundreds.
Thousands. Talk about that a little bit.
Again, I hate like this is probably the first and last time I do an interview or anything. But yeah, we like my barbecues were called Evil Stock. We would average like at least 6, 7, 8, 900. No security. No security. You don't need security when you operate with love.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No shootings, no fightings.
Yep.
We take care of ourselves. Yeah. It was, you know, was giving away free shots, and it was all you can drink, and I think it was like 20 hours.
Yeah,
20 hours.
You get. I still got my band. You get the. I was a VIP member.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so my band was different from everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had the tee.
Yeah, you got the t-shirt
I was
too.
coming through with the t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ain't had the tee.
Yeah.
Right? You had to be a special person to get the tee. Cam ain't get a tee. You know what I'm saying?
Cam is selling nutcrackers in the back. He sold out. He's so flat. I remember one time somebody reached into this thing. They said, "This is a part of 20." He was like, "Nah, it's not a part of 20. Nah. Get out of here.
This is separate, right?
It's separate, dog.
All right, let's talk about Ajax Park, man.
Yeah.
Your most memorable moment or game at Ajax Park.
My most memorable game was Terrence Watkins or Terrell Watkins.
Terrence Watkins.
Yeah. He was averaging like 80, 70.
Nah, his numbers is crazy. Far Rock. Yeah.
He was killing dudes
Terrence
in
Watkins.
Whatever pro league. Like I didn't pay attention to that stuff. Whatever pro league. Yeah. I held him a 10. Get out of here, dog.
You held him to 10?
10 points.
I never heard nobody hold him to 10.
Held him 10. Yeah. Blocked his dunk, blocked his shot.
He
was like, what?
Dunk?
Yeah, he tried to dunk on me baseline.
This dude was like two-hand dunking on everybody, going crazy. He was doing whatever he wanted. And you held him to 10 points.
10 points. And they called the game. They left. They was like, oh, we got another game.
It was too much for him.
Yeah, he couldn't
take it.
All right,
cool. I'm gonna share my memorable moment with you at Ajax Park. We had so many teams in the Unlimited League that Big Shy he started the playing stuff.
Yeah.
You gotta beat this team to get to this round and all.
Yeah.
And we played against each other, and it was like 4 overtimes.
Oh, I remember that. I hate shot for that. I hate shot for that.
Yo, bro.
Next point wins. I was like, nah, dog, we fighting.
It was dark.
Yeah.
You know,
that was a crazy game.
You know who won that game?
Yeah.
I had to pack y'all up, man.
I was sick.
Three ball.
Yeah, it was over. I was like, where you shoot? I was tight. I was like, let him shoot.
Yo,
killed us.
And then got smoked the next day against Militant.
Yeah, because
we was dead.
Prime time.
Yeah.
Prime time. So it's funny. It was funny. a lot of people don't know. Like now I do the wellness and the health or whatever.
Yeah.
But when I came back to Ajax Park, me and my man Chris started dunking. You remember that? Like
I remember.
Chris?
And Chris started dunking. Chris was in that dunk contest.
Yeah, I taught him how to jump. I showed him how to jump. We had strength shoes, and I taught him how to jump. And he took. I just didn't have time because I was always working, but he took it to another level. They call him IHOP. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the transfer portal and reclass. Like, how you feel about it? What's your thoughts on it?
So, one thing is, a lot of these Queens families, moms, dads, brothers, cousins, they talk to me. I'm not a fan of reclassing early. I think you should reclass when after your senior year, when you don't like what you have to offer. If you reclass early, you make yourself look weak, and there's nothing you can do. One thing I know about high school is that when I got to August Martin, I started as a sophomore. You got 4 years to put it together. There was no JV. I never thought about a JV. I'm not playing JV. I play varsity. I do not think parents should be reclassing until your senior year and you don't like what you have. Then you should reclass.
Gotcha.
I'm very big on that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What about the transfer portal? Because it's totally different. Like when you transferred, back when we was in high school, you got to sit out of here. Now, you're playing off the rip.
I transfer a lot of people in my time. I don't want to speak on that, but I'll tell you my favorite transfer.
What's your favorite transfer?
My favorite transfer has a key to New Jersey. He has a key to the city.
Got the key to the city. What's his name?
Casey and Deffel.
Yeah.
Casey and Deffel.
Key to the city.
Yeah, he landed in Lincoln. I don't know how. He ended up in Lincoln. We won't speak on that. And he ended up, PSAL suspended him for the half of the year. He went to St. Peter's and they went on an amazing run. And I never forget that run because that's one of the pictures you shared.
Yeah.
And I had moved to South Jersey, and he's like, I got a game. Come watch me play.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, man, you about to get punched, dog. I'll come watch you.
Yeah.
They won. He went on a run, dog.
He went on a crazy run.
And then, I remember me and Cam was betting, and then I was like, Cam, they losing today. And then we betted against them every time, and they won every game. It was insane.
Word.
It was insane, man.
Wow.
Yeah, that was an amazing run. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
That's a great question. I'm trying to figure it out right now. See, the thing with me is that I don't like to sit still. It could be music, it could be my garden, housing, strength and conditioning.
You said my garden.
I love my garden. I love his garden. You see when I sent y'all those peas?
I did. He's serious about this garden
stuff,
stuff,
I don't play around, man.
That's what's up.
But I don't know yet. I don't know. I am dealing with like these kids in New York and trying to get them in Jersey. I am one of the guys in Jersey that people look out after because I show my worth. I came to Jersey, shook it up, and we get kids that are the top of the top, top of the top. So probably I don't want to be a head coach. I don't want to be a college coach. I'll probably just stay in high school. I love high school. I love I just love the rush
part of it and getting them ready for college and stuff like that.
I'm in college. Yeah.
All right. What do you say to parents that that children aren't as talented as they believe they are? What are you telling the parents?
Train. You got to train. You have to train. Like before, we didn't train. We trained ourselves. But you have to train. You got to find a trainer. You got to lock in and work on everything. Don't hide your kid. Don't duck no smoke.
Right.
At the end of the day, once everything they did before high school, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You get a fresh start when you go to high school. When you go to college, you got a fresh start. And if you can put the ball in the basket, they will give you a lot of money.
That's a fact.
That's it. Figure it out. All this NIL money and all that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
What advice you have for parents of student athletes that's extremely talented and chasing their dreams in basketball? What do you say? What advice you giving to them?
Fall back, fall all the way back. Find people that care, people like me, mentors, if you want to call them handlers, and just let them do. You have to. Like with me, like I play Call of Duty. That's what I like. I like to play Call of Duty. I like to be in my garden. Once I get home, that's all I do.
Right.
Parents that have kids that are elite, they want to take them to the trainer. They want to train them. You got to have it's got to be like, hey, we're not doing this. So I have this thing where I'm coming home with the kids and we're in my truck. There's no basketball talk allowed in it. We don't talk basketball. You're not allowed. We got to talk about everything else but basketball.
Right.
And then we that's the best thing. Just stay away.
Cool.
Yeah.
You got to lead the people with some motivational words. Have to.
Yeah.
What you got for the people?
All right. So the best thing I have is that there's three things I'm afraid of, right? There's death, females, money. There's three things. Those three things can mess up your life. All these coaches I told you I played for, I never took a dime from them. I did it for free. So any coaches that's coming up, you're not going to be better than me because I won't take no money.
Right.
That's it. So I'm better than you. I'm not gonna take no money. I'm gonna do it for the love. Yeah, take this kid for the love, right?
Right.
Boom. So we talk about death, right? So death is, I'll go any hood. I don't care. Like what's gonna happen? Nothing's gonna happen to me. We're gonna make it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we talk about females. It's something that you taught me, which is don't lose your family over this, man.
That's a fact.
I almost lost my family a couple times over this, and that's why I'm able to. Once I leave, it's dead. It doesn't exist. Yeah. What? Who? What? When? Nah, don't need it.
So
don't need it. Yeah. Yeah.
You coach a lot of talented players, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of them, man.
Mm-hmm.
So you would you would say a father figure to them.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? Because a lot of them didn't have like that male figure. Like, how you feel about that?
Yeah, that was a lot. That's a great. So again, driving up here, I thought about a lot of stuff, and a lot of people, they do different things. They buy sneakers, they buy this, they buy that. It costs about $5 to get your kid lit. So what I mean by $5, you're talking, if you spend $5 over a kid's high school career, you can make him, you invest it into a kid, you'll get it back, and he'll get 4 years of college. College probably runs you like $80,000 to $120,000. You get that for free times 4. You're talking Ubers, food, training, gear, just stuff for them.
Yeah.
Being a father figure, I'll be honest, I don't know the number I spent on kids. I hope to get it back.
Yeah.
I hope to get it back one day, but we don't operate for money. We don't do that.
Right. We do it out of love.
Yeah, we do it out of love. Like one of my major accomplishments was they tell me this guy's coming to Queens to get it. He's an NBA player. He's gonna get a day. Jonathan Kuminga. He called me to DJ's event. He could have called anybody
in the world.
Anybody. He called me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's big time.
And you know that's it. Like I love that, man. I love that.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Well, brother Ike, 60 minutes, African Ike, the AMF show, Coach J Vaughn. It was a great time as always.
Yeah.
We lit this Saturday for Nori birthday. Happy birthday to Nori.
Yeah.
Big 13.
Yeah,
Ski.
I can't play the radar up there. Wait to play that record. I can't. Wait, let me say one last thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know I grew up in Hamels or whatever, right? You guys never forget that grind. So I had water and cereal, man. I never told anybody I had water and cereal. My dad purchased my mom's.
Yeah.
I came from nothing.
Yeah.
So when you see me in my cars,
multiple cars.
Yeah,
lavish. All right, my fault.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? I live in a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
It all came from answering a flyer to coach AMF.
That's a fact.
That's what it came from.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So forever in depth with you guys. Whatever you guys need, you call me.
Yeah.
I always come bearing gifts.
Always come through.
Yeah. Always available.
Ikey claws. Yo, we out of here, man. It's the AMF show. Coach J Vaughn. Peace.